Millions of Nigerians on the streets. You're welcome to this wonderful program. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program. I want to say happy weekend to everyone watching from Nigeria and also in diaspora. Thank you for subscribing to Flip TV. We are just one of the best online TV platforms in Nigeria. We have a GoFundMe account. Do as much as you can supporting our analysts. Support our analysts as you contribute to that GoFundMe account. The link will be pasted on the live chat. So click on it, support our analysts and contribute to that fund. Okay, let's move to the newspaper headlines. This morning, I have with me the Saturday Sun and I also have the Saturday Tribune. Above the masthead of the Saturday Tribune, Sharia police moves against Buhari's son's fiancée. Sharia police moves against Buhari's son's fiancée. We are looking at the dress she wore, bridal gown she wore. I think it's against his bar police law. So Sharia police moves against Buhari's fiancée. Makinde swears in 7 commissioners. Makinde swears in 7 commissioners. Main headline on the Tribune this morning: Nigerians will resist one-party state. Nigerians will resist one-party state. That is from IBB. Say it's silly for FG to try to gag the press. It is silly for federal government to try to gag the press. 2023, we won't accept another old sick president. We won't accept another old sick president. That's from the Northern youth. They are saying that we won't accept another old sick president. Fulani mercenaries carrying out genocidal attacks against us. Fulani mercenaries carrying out genocidal attacks against us. Leader of Plateau's Irigwe people. School abduction. State government helpless. Parents lament. State government helpless. Parents lament. Military operations delaying school reopening. That is from the Kaduna government. Military operations delaying school opening. That is from the Kaduna government. Let's move over to the Saturday Sun this morning. Agitation for Yoruba Nation loses steam. Agitation for Yoruba Nation loses steam. I know you understand what that means. The agitation is silently losing its steam. Not suffering in silence under Buhari. Tanko Yunusa is saying, not suffering in silence under Buhari from Tanko Yunusa. 7 profitable businesses you can start with 100,000 or less. Wow. 7 profitable businesses you can start with 100,000 naira or less. Finally, IBB reveals June 12 secret. Finally, IBB reveals June 12 secret. Bloody coup would have followed if election had materialized. Bloody coup would have followed if election had materialized. We shouldn't talk of breakup. We shouldn't talk of breakup. 2-party system best for Nigeria. 2-party system best for Nigeria. Leadership cause of insecurity. Leadership cause of insecurity. Corruption worse now than during my regime. Corruption far worse now than during my regime. My problems with restructuring. Okay. Another story, Oba of Benin welcomes quadruplets. Oba of Benin welcomes quadruplets. I have Mr. Matthew here with me this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, we have so many topics this morning, but let's look at this. Agitation for Yoruba Nation loses steam. Is that true?
Loses steam?
Yes. The vibrancy.
I think the reason is not far-fetched. Because the man who is known for, who is the face of the agitation, is head by the Republic government. But however I look at it, this is a temporary setback. Because if the root causes of the agitation is not addressed, in the nearest future, you are going to see more people signing on to that agitation with more vigor, with more tenacity. Because if you look at what is happening in the southeastern part of the country, Nnamdi Kanu is not the first person to have risen to chart the cause of Biafra sovereignty. We had the time of Ojukwu, who actually started it. We had the time of Uwazurike. When Uwazurike started having engagement with the government, and at the point the people felt he was no longer, he had derailed, then we now have the era of Nnamdi Kanu. So a lot will depend on how the government handle it going forward. Whether on the side of Biafra agitation whether on the side of Oduduwa agitation, we are going to see more of it in due course, especially if the root causes are not addressed. Because the way it stands, the causes are not far-fetched. It is as a result of the excesses of the Fulani herdsmen who are ravaging communities, who are causing mayhem in communities, who are engaged in land grabbing, who are engaged in kidnapping, raping, maiming, and all sort of criminal activities. So if these are not addressed in due course of time, we are still going to see more agitation coming from whether Oduduwa or Biafra end of it. So for me, it is a temporary setback, and I think it should be an ample opportunity for the federal government to address the root causes, so that people, one thing is to agitate, another thing is to have followers. If an Nnamdi Kanu start talking about Biafra sovereignty, he look at his back and he doesn't see anybody queuing behind him, he'll be demoralized. But by the time we talk about Biafra sovereignty and you see thousands and millions of people queuing behind him, you have that more vigor to continue. So it tells you that the government is not addressing the root causes of this agitation. The same thing is applicable to Sunday Igboho. If Sunday Igboho starts agitation for Oduduwa Republic and people are not queuing behind him, he will drop the agitation. But the situation where we are seeing hold successful rally in Ekiti, in Ondo, in Osun also, and you see the Mormon crowd that came out, and these agitations, the rallies were peaceful. So in such atmosphere, in such when you see things like that, it will give him more energy. Look at the rally that was supposed to be held in Lagos. People came all the way from Osun, from Ekiti, from different parts of the southwest states, and their reason was simple: that they were tired of the excesses of the headers and the lackadaisical attitude of the federal government in addressing it, the lukewarm attitude of the federal government in addressing it, the dereliction of duty and negligence on the part of federal government in addressing it. That is what is fueling and necessitating the agitation. So I don't think one should be celebrating that the steam has died down or the agitation has gone down. It will still, we are going to see rejuvenation of it if federal government fail to address the root causes.
Okay, IBB came out yesterday and he revealed so many things. Now, is a two-party system best for Nigeria, not one-party system?
Is IBB a Democrat? I don't think IBB is competent to speak when it comes to democracy. One thing is to be an elder statesman, another thing is to what are your antecedents? This is somebody who annulled one of the election that is adjudged to be the most free and fair election in this country. I'm talking about June 12th. So why should we listen to it when they talk about democracy? What does he know about democracy? This is somebody who is known to use the word abrogated. He was mentioning all institutions of government. He was saying abrogated. This is somebody who ran a government under military rule that is tyrannical in nature. This same person who ran a government that stifled the press. So I don't think any person that falls into that category of these past leaders that led as military head of state is competent to speak when it comes to democracy. It's unfortunate that a Buhari won election under democracy, because this is another person who truncated a democratically elected president. I'm talking about Shehu Shagari. It was Mr. Muhammad Buhari who truncated his governance. So why should an IBB be telling us which part of party system to follow? Most of these people, you see, under IBB, it was when there was pressure, when he could no longer hold sway, he was forced out of power. Exactly. He said he stepped aside, meaning he didn't resign. So what I was saying, I don't think he's competent to advise on the way to go. Even as two-party system, like he said, is it two-party system?
Two-party system.
Even as two-party system, he said it's best for Nigeria. It may not be just two-party system. In a nutshell, democratically, you can have as many political platforms as possible. The issue is, even like in America, as you have the Democrats and the Republicans, there are other small political parties that may not be so much prominent, but they are there. What I'm trying to say in essence is, like in Nigeria, you have PDP and APC. That are the two leading political parties. But the constitution allow other people to register with other names. They are equally there. And we are even looking at a situation where we should deepen our democracy to the point where we can start having independent candidacy. So that we can remove the bottleneck of God for that reason. So that if you have somebody who is popular in an area and he carries the electorate along, he can stand as independent candidate, go into the election and win. Sorry. So we, in as much as what he's saying is not wrong, but I feel that an IBB is not competent to speak when it comes to democracy, because these are people who did not give room for democracy. These are people who stood the way of democracy. Look at the number of years IBB ruled. If we were to be in democracy and advancing democracy, evolving gradually, we would have gone beyond where we are. If Muhammadu Buhari did not truncate the government of Shagari, and we have been evolving over the years, we would have gone beyond where we are today. So these are men who are not competent to speak, to advise us on the way to go when it comes to democracy.
Okay, let's look at corruption far worse now than during my regime. That's what Bangida is saying.
Okay, is he admitting that there was corruption under his watch?
But now,
if he's admitting that there was corruption under his watch, I think the first thing to do is to confess it, is to seek for forgiveness. And wait for Nigerians to forgive him first before making that assertion. Under his watch, it is not now that you can even have leverage to understand what is happening in the government parastatals, in the military circle, because of democracy. Under his watch, it was not, there were, like he's admitting, the corruption was there. But because of the nature of governance, it is difficult for the press to start questioning or try gathering information, seeking for information to know the level of corruption. And again, if the money that was accruing to the government was in the neighborhood of, let's say 100 million, is for instance, and perhaps the looting at that level was maybe 50 million. And now you have a government that is earning maybe 200 million, and the looting level is, for instance, 100 million. So that does not imply that the corruption is more now, because if you earn more, there's a tendency that people will loot more. So it is logical to say that if his life were to be in the saddle now, since they have that mentality of looting, they would have looted the same way they are looting now, or even more, logically speaking.
Okay, lastly,
so I don't think it's justified.
We won't accept another old sick president. That is not how you are saying. We won't accept another old sick president.
I think I concede to that. I totally concede to that.
My perception, I'm perceiving maybe they are speaking to Tinubu.
I do not have the leverage, or I do not have the insight to know who they are talking about. But I'm looking at the statement as it is.
Okay, objective.
Because we have seen instances in the past where Yaradua became the president, and out of e-heads, that man, by my understanding, have good intention for this country, but the head did not permit him.
Same with Buhari.
I don't know. I cannot speak for Buhari, because from utterances that came from him recently shows that most of the activities of the government has his backing. So for me, I think it is true. Let us have a healthy president come 2023, and let it be a youth. Since it's even coming from the northern part of the country, the youth from the north, I think they should go a step further to ensure that they put pressure on their own, they sensitize their own people. Just as we are willing to sensitize people from the southern part of the country, let us have a synergy, a symbiotic relationship between the south and the north, to have a common front and engender a youth in that Asurokon 2023. Because these elders have collectively failed us, and we cannot continue relying on them. Is it not even surprising that, look at independence, all the crop of leaders, they were in their 20s and 30s. All the Zik, all the Tafawa Balewa, all the Awolowo, name them. They were in their 20s, 30s, all the Gowon. And unfortunately, they ruled in their 30s, which is their youthful age, and are now ruling as elders. Is it not surprising that a Buhari ruled in his 30s? Now, a Yusuf Buhari, who is his son, should be in his 20s or his 30s. I don't know his age anyway, but he should be in that age bracket. And Buhari as an elder is ruling in the time of Yusuf Buhari. Is that not usurpation of position, usurpation of age? The time the youth is supposed to rule, Buhari who have ruled as a youth is now ruling as an elder. So where will Yusuf Buhari turn come? That is the problem.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr.
So thank you very much.
Morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian and esteemed viewers. Same to you.
Not suffering in silence under Buhari from Tanko Yunusa. What is your take on it?
Not suffering in silence.
It's a complaint.
If I understood his position, or rather true position, I think within the context of this statement, is it trying to tell us that the South shut the mouth of the Northerners not to complain? Or is there any conspiracy on the part of the federal government to silence the North? That are fundamental issues that should be addressed. The North has the right to demand for good governance, irrespective of whosoever is within the corridor of power. But unfortunately, they have aided the destruction of the northern region by keeping mute and keeping silent on critical issues that is bordering on our existence as a people and the security of the people, which has grossly affected the entire northern region. Only on the basis that provided a northerner is there, whether he's doing good or bad, we have to sing his praise. We have to applaud him. Unfortunately, they are victims of their own conspiracy. You see, so it is needless crying at this time, because they have the right to demand for good governance and accountability on this said government. But they refuse to keep mum, they refuse to keep silence, even at this time. The Northerners are not coming up to speak against this heinous crime and atrocity aided and perpetrated by this government. You can see the inequality and the imbalance in the selection of the Buhari's cabinets, teaching cabinets, ministers and the chief securities. They're not keeping quiet because they are the one benefiting from this atrocity, from this level of imbalance, from this level of injuries.
People are suffering under him. How are they not benefiting?
They are suffering under him. These are mere expression. They are not really. In what way are they suffering? Have they come to understand the problem? You see, when you fail to stand for the truth, when you fail to speak out when the need arises, then you are just an accomplice. And nature has a way of paying you back. You see, irrespective of, I'm not just speaking because Jonathan is not there. I've not, in several occasions, I have, in one way or the other, condemned Jonathan administration, because there are things that I'm not comfortable with during even Jonathan time, which of course is lackadaisical attitude to the in approach in very crucial issues. That notwithstanding, the Northerners should be blamed for keeping mood, for abetting this level of injustice and crime meted on other regions of the country, only because they want their own person to be there. Whether he's an indolent, whether he's a dummy, that doesn't matter to them, provided is a northerner of Islamic extraction. That is not what we need to move the country forward. Because the price of commodity, as you have seen in recent time, the latest report about international report about the Nigerian state, that Nigeria is the second most poorest state or nation when it comes to food security and life security. These two important issues are very crucial. They are very fundamental. That defines the well-being, the total well-being of the people. If we are ranking the second most poorest in the whole world, it means there is a threat to the sustainability of your own citizens. When you can no longer access food, there is food shortage, we stand the risk of being exterminated. Coupled with the heinous crime perpetrated by the said Boko Haram and the Fulani herders, it is very unfortunate. And look at the statement of the Sultan of Sokoto, which is also a northern extraction. Yesterday he said Nigeria is not getting better. By implication, there is no remedy for the dissolution of the Nigerian state. In fact, he is indirectly saying that the best thing that can happen to this country is the peaceful dissolution of the country. He's indirectly saying that the worst and the most greatest fraud on the history of mankind is the amalgamation of the Nigerian state. He is indirectly telling us that the amalgamation of Nigerian state has not benefited any region, have never been in the interest of the ethnic nationality that was brought together. That was what we can deduct from his statements. By telling us that Nigeria, after 60 years of independence, that Nigeria is not getting better. Invariably, he's saying that Nigeria is doomed for the worst. It's preparing for the worst. And if that is the verdict, if that is the true reflection of the Nigerian state, now the question should be, where do we go from here? How do we save the teeming population of this within this contraction from going into extinction, which of course will be a threat to the community of nations, to humankind, race. So the best thing I will prefer, the best solution, the best antidote, the best remedy, the best panacea for this, what did I call it, chronic and endemic disease, is to split this country. That is the position of Sultan. I stand to be corrected. Because when he said that Nigeria is not getting better, it means we only have a better yesterday. That is what he's saying. That when he said Nigeria is not getting better, he simply is telling us that Nigeria only has a better yesterday. That if we are looking for the future of Nigeria, then we are just wasting time.
Someone is asking a question. He said Nigeria isn't poor. Nigeria has been mismanaged.
By who? If Nigeria is not poor and it's been mismanaged, that is misgovernance. This is the most fundamental issue that remains unaddressed. How long do we continue to accept this level of mediocrity? Nigeria isn't poor. Nigeria is due to mismanagement, and we keep on recycling this kind of people that has nothing to offer the masses. Nigeria become the most poorest in the whole world. Will this be exterminated? Are we fighting, let alone, to say the least? People are dying in their thousands on daily basis, most of which we are not captured on the social media or national dailies, because even the journalists are afraid to cover so many scenes, and of course, due to the porous, the vulnerable nature of the environment, which is, of course, very risky at this time.
Okay, Babangida has come out to say that corruption far worse now than his regime. What's your take on it?
Yes, Babangida is saying that corruption is far worse now. Yes, because he laid the foundation to this corruption. He was the chief cornerstone of the corruption. But people like Babangida shouldn't have any reason to walk freely, he should be behind the bar. He should be chained, and put to a solitary confinement. He was the chief cornerstone of this corruption. We understood during his regime, many people that were killed. In fact, there was a genocide carried out against the Benin people, top military hierarchies. He was the one that sponsored, perfected all these things. He truncated the democratically supposed elected president of MKO Abiola, which, of course, it was the first time I witnessed in the history of Nigeria that people turned out and decided to give their votes to MKO Abiola, though the election process was not yet completed. But there are indications that he is taking the lead, and invariably will emerge as the incumbent and elected president of Nigeria, which the entire region of the country trooped out to give him that mandate. Babangida himself truncated it just to favor a northern interest. He arranged the system, and when Shenika was brought in, he has to arrange another queue he was ushered out by Abacha, which is a northern interest, just to protect that born-to-rule mentality. And you can understand that if he can make such statement that even at this time that Nigeria is getting more worse, his statement agree with that of Sultan of Sokoto, which had been our position over time.
One more question, Mr. Chigozie. Agitation for Yoruba nation, and likewise Biafra loses its steam. Is it that because of the arrest of Igboho and also Nnamdi Kanu, you see the pressure for a Yoruba nation and Biafra nation? You can see that's come down.
Well, let me begin with that of Biafra. I may not know much about the Oduduwa arrangement and the position now. I tell you, this is the right time to strike because the target is well within the range. The eagle has just landed, and that eagle is Biafra.
You are speaking with...
I am telling you the reality because I am part of, by default, I'm a Biafra man. Whether you like it or not, you accept it or not, I must not necessarily identify with IPOB or register with them before indigenous people of Biafra. By indigenous, it means the residual people who are resident within those regions, irrespective of wherever they may find themselves across the entire world. So we have a place, we have an identity. That is what we are calling for self-preservation. We have a culture that must be preserved. And irrespective of what is happening, whether Nnamdi Kanu is behind the bar, is under torture or the detention of the DSS, that can never steal the ideology of Biafra. I thought it's a spirit. Whether you kill me and spill my blood here, That blood has contacted the ground, which will continue to push the struggle. So it doesn't matter whether Nnamdi Kanu is alive today or not. Biafra is here, and nothing can stop Biafra. Not Buhari cannot stop Biafra. Malami cannot stop Biafra because it is their fundamental rights. They are acting within the ambit of the law, international law, which of course the Nigerian state is part of the United Nations, which drafted this charter. So on no basis should Nigeria stop this move. Biafra is here. Biafra is gaining more momentum. Look at the international civil disobedience and protests. That will tell you that Biafra is not just about the struggle of common men on the streets. Biafra is, when you talk of Biafra, people behind Biafra, you see captains of industry. Just watch across, it's not about Chigos, they talk, he said there is somebody on the street. We have people in USA, in well-established individuals, captains of industries, people, billionaires in their dollars, in their pounds, who are well fed, who are better wherever they are. But because of the love for their people, because of the love for their ancestral home, they are rising up to the occasion to fight for their people, to fight for their ancestral home. That will tell you, that will send a clear message to the government of Nigeria that it's not about just Nnamdi Kanu. There are greater people than Nnamdi Kanu who are yet available to take up the mantle of leadership. But that does not mean that Nnamdi Kanu will end in detention, because he must be released unconditionally. Because of course Nigerians have to answer the question, what led about the extraordinary rendition, which they violated international laws. But look at the repatriation extradition of Abba Kyari. They are now asking for due process.
Thank you very much.
The due process they ignored while kidnapping or adopting the IPOB leader, which the entire world is watching, and we are keeping eyes on the development. But what we cannot accept at this time is intimidation or harassment on the part of the federal government. In as much as we remain within the ambit of the law, we are asking for what is due for us. It is my right to say I can decide to stop speaking. You can't come and arrest me. I say I must speak here. That is exactly what is happening. Buhari can't stop us because he has no capacity to stop the Biafran restoration. He can never. Even Mr. Lucky, one Nigeria cannot stop us.
Thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you. They are fired on. We need to sing.
Fire on, you are a fire level.
Yeah. Good morning, money, viewers, money, my brother, the coordinator, the director, organizer, journalist, number one. God bless you.
No, God is number one.
God is number one. I said journalist. Yeah, journalist. I call journalist. God is number one, all over the world. God is our Father. So thank God for today.
Not suffering in silence under Buhari. Tanko Yunusa is saying that not suffering in silence under Buhari.
I don't want to talk too much today. Let me just release point and go. One, not suffering for under Buhari. I like it. That is very good for them. That is very good for them. I'm happy for that. Let them suffer. Because I could remember when Buhari traveled to Borno last 2 weeks, I was expecting them to humiliate him and disgrace him. At the end, they line their children on the road, rolling flag. And while they are dying, they are suffering. So let it happen to them. Pharaoh, don't pity Pharaoh. I don't pity Buhari. So I don't pity the North.
Are you saying Buhari is Pharaoh?
That, I told you several times now. Let me tell you, a father that wicked to his children, a father that wicked to his nation, a father that cannot give water, a father that cannot address insecurity, say Pharaoh. So that is it. I've answered that question.
IBB speaks on June 12th. He says corruption far worse now than my regime.
Mercy after death. That is mercy after death. Is it now that is rolling on the wheelchair and is coming out to tell us that is medicine after death. All this is saying is rubbish. Abi, medicine after death.
What is he going to do now?
Nothing he can say now. They will just look him as a frustrated human being. I'm telling you the truth. Because nothing. Leave all this for Jambori. Nothing can say that because he is the person people who destroy this country. For now, he's on wheelchair. He's on bed, on top of bed. With Zeribe. So there's nothing they will say that Nigeria will listen to them. Let him go away. Whether Nigeria is suffering, he brought the suffering to us. Whether Nigeria is corrupt, he brought the corruption. Whether Nigeria is this, he did not lay the foundation. The moment he did not lay the foundation, you are part of it. Go. So that is my own question.
Okay, we won't accept another old sick president. Northern youths are saying that we won't accept another old sick president. What's your take?
Yes, I agree with that. We need young man, but let me ask you, those young people are more frustrated, they are more wicked than these old men. I'll give you an example.
Your point, sir.
I'll give you an example. Look at a young man, Femi, the speaker of representative. You can see how he's conniving with the president, signing a law that my generator cannot pay. I imagine. Now the man is there. Electronic transmission, election, but the man cannot fight. Imagine. So that is a young man. Look at Kogi governor. Look at a young person. Look at the way he's behaving. Erufai. What do you tell me? Erufai is not young. Are they keeping Nigeria?
Erufai a young man.
If you check Erufai age, at least it's up to is Erufai 80 or 70 something.
So what age do you think is a young age?
My brother, the way I've seen Nigeria now, even 33 years, young man cannot even perform the way they are worse. They are worse. Are you not agree? Let me give you an example. Do you remember when third for party 2015, when they are part of 2019? Kisly, Kuku, all the young people, they fought themselves. The young people were expected to take the leadership. Go and check MD. Go and check MTN. Check all the pastors. Now they are young people. They frustrated you. They collected pride. Collect so many things. I give you an example. The Abakare is not a young man. I mean, the EFCC, the former EFCC, is not a young person. Look at the judgment of them. So what I'm saying, I know we are still going to have a good young people.
There can be influence from the old people. Do you agree?
And again, let me tell you, they will put their children there. Abi, they will rob. How will I say? They will rob their mind. Ask them to behave like they still take order for the old men. I give you. Look at Saraki. Saraki. When Goodluck was there, Saraki never gave Goodluck rest. Every bit that Goodluck said, Saraki will condemn it. But today, Saraki now, look where he finds himself. What I'm telling you, the youth we have are not behaving like what they're supposed to do. They are being frustrated. They are being organized like the old men. So
somebody's asking a question, Mr.
Yes,
Lucky.
Yes.
Why not talk about Omoyele Showore's party?
Good. Let me give you an example now.
Kingsley Moghalu party.
Let me give you an example
and
now.
also Tokpe Fashawa.
2019, all of them come together to form a party. I was very happy. It's not up to a week. They fought themselves. All of them, some of them went to APC, some of them went to PDP, some of them went to that party, Labour Party. So what I'm saying is that the elite, the old men, have done something that the youth cannot succeed. I'm telling the truth. Because the youth doesn't have that money. They don't have that money. I'm telling the truth. The old party will still win. 2023, I say it. Because of what?
Tinubu will win.
No, I don't want Tinubu to become president.
Because no. It's likely APC, PDP brings out Atiku, and APC brings out Tinubu. Do you have any other option?
Yes, I told you that if APC give the ticket to Tinubu, but as I'm seeing Tinubu, what I saw 2 days ago is even sick more than Buhari. that man, the face and the head I saw, the man is sick. So I don't even dream to see Tinubu as a president. Let me tell you, if they try to bring Tinubu as a president, automatically to bring Atiku, Obi will become the vice for PDP to defeat APC. But if APC went for Southeast, PDP will go to Southeast. You understand me? To go again. But this time around, whatever the North are saying, the power should shift to South. And when you go to South, let the South, the Southwest, South-South, Southeast. Now, the Southeast have not tested it. Let the Southeast take over. If it's 1 year, let them try it. Nigeria will be better.
Why don't you support a young president?
I will agree to support a young person. If I see a good young person, who will support. But I'm telling you the truth.
No good young person.
There is. But the point is that our system in Nigeria cannot allow young person to come up. No. I'll tell you why. Do you know how much for ticket under PDP to become a president? Do you know how much? Yes. Do you know how much for APC? I'm telling you, go and write it down. Either APC took on Jonathan to come as a president or Atiku. Yes, 2023, yes. They are begging you to join the APC. If the president join the APC, Buhari trusts Jonathan more than Tinubu. They'll give it to him. So what I'm saying, please, 2023, I see where PDP or APC still match. Labour, no way. Other party, no way. Even though they went and formed like the war, are you aware? 2019, Obasanjo tried to form a third party, but it didn't work. Because of these people who have mass wealth, millions, billions. I'll give you an example. Have you gone to Anambra? Go take a walk and see Anambra. See all the youth, only PDP, APC, ABGA. You see all our youth there, and forget their market, forget whatever they are doing. Forget everything. Now they are in politics. They politics go there. Everybody is hustling. How we get money? 5,000 and 1,000. So what I'm saying, the youth, if my David, my brother, or you, or me, can become a president, I'll be very happy. I will make this country better. But the big men won't allow us to go there. They won't allow us, you know that. So that is it. I like the youth to become the president. Any other question, my brother?
Okay, let's look at one more question. Agitation for Yoruba nation is dying down.
Actually, when the head, Heroti, what do you expect the other was? Sunday Igboho was a leader. He tried, and just like Nnamdi Kanu, I think, but in the east is still boiling. We checked yesterday, they went to pump from police station. I don't know which are where. East is still boiling. You know, everybody has to go and strategize, you know. You understand me? So we don't know the next level now. So I think they saw that the masses are suffering. No food, no water, no drink, nothing. So that's why you see, not because of arrest of Kalo or this. You know what I mean? They too are human. They too are human being. But yesterday, in Southeast, they bombed police station yesterday. If they bomb one police station, automatically Nigeria police in that place will be shaking. They don't know the next police station. But in Southwest, the leaders of Southwest, they rally around, support Sunday Igboho. They even travel to Cotonou. Now, so you can see, court, they strain Attorney General, yes. They said IG, yes. They said TSN, not to arrest to Sunday Igboho himself and his mate. So that one sent a message that Igboho should calm down because he's going to get justice. Because the people are fighting for him. So I like the same way. Let the Eastern leaders rally around with Kalo, fight for Kalo, this will be better. But now, for Southeast is still getting hot every day. For the Southwest, because of the justice that Igboho is voting for, that's why Southwest calm down. But Nigeria, suddenly, insecurity, hunger is killing everyone.
Thank you very much. But someone said I should read this thing out to you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lucky.
Yeah.
Do you know that money is not everything? Because if all the youth come out to say that enough is enough, from there you know that millions and billions is nothing. 1 minute response to that.
Okay, yes.
That is from Moses Abraham.
As that day of answers, where the all youth came out, but at the end there was no leader. If there was a leader, we will know we move forward. But this time around, when you come for politics, the youth doesn't serious when you come for politics. But when you come for violence, you see youth. That's what I mean. Money is not everything, but let me tell you, after God, the next thing is money. Money.
Are you sure?
If I see money now, my brother, this my voice will become sweet. In my brother, I cry because of no, I can't eat well. So money after God, now money, my brother. Without money, no politics. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky. Good morning, Mr. David. This is why you are calm this morning.
And happy weekend to you.
Yeah. This is why you are calm this morning.
I listened
Don't worry,
to
we'll
what.
get somebody that will adopt you. Don't worry.
Good morning to all our esteemed viewers.
Wow.
And happy weekend to everyone.
I don't know if you would like to respond to IBB this morning.
I would.
Okay, he said that corruption far worse now than when I was head of state.
Nigeria has become a state whereby the past leaders and the present leaders compare which administration and which regime is more corrupt. That means say they do competition. Now your own corruption was. Now under my regime. Now your own. Now under my regime. Can you see how the kind of leaders we are? OBJ to me, we know as the founding fathers of is the founding father of corruption.
No, Babangida.
He's the one now.
Okay,
Sorry.
IBB.
IBB is the founding father of corruption according to history. Said under his regime then there were so many corruption. People were looting. That was when he had 419 people. But there, in terms of economy wise, economy was favorable.
Okay.
But still, when it comes to corruption, people embezzled a lot. People stole a lot under his watch. And now he's now comparing it to the present day administration, comparative analysis. So it shows that Nigeria would not get better soon. Because if a government of 1985 is still a government of 1985 is still comparing how there was corruption in his government and the government of 2021. How many years interval? Over close to like 10 something years now. It's still and it's still getting worse. And the same corruption. There have not been a full stop to it ever since Babangida left office. How many years from now? How many governments have come and take over, have come and ruled, have taken over the governance in Nigeria? But still, there's still corruption cases. So it shows Nigeria is not getting better. We are still on the same track. Every day, corruption, every day hardship. I don't know when it will end. The founding father of corruption is now even happy that his own era, that people said is even worse under corruption now. He has even seen someone. He can even reply and then override. He shows you, my brother, we are in doom. If IBB or of corruption can come and say Buhari administration is more corrupt than his own administration.
Buhari is being called Mr. Integrity.
Who will be Mr. Integrity? Is anybody? Is there integrity in Nigeria? They are super cop. Abakari, that is super cop. He does not accept bribe. He does not do so. He's the number one cop. Award every day. Promotion. The media keep on pushing him. They want to make it the future IG. That is why he keeps getting rapid promotion. Every now and then. Every 2 years. He keeps getting promotion. Now, what has happened to him? Ashtopi has indicted him. And I'm sure he can see he's guilty. Because for him to have deleted his Facebook post 12 times, he has been deleting it. He doesn't know the study the right up to put up again. My brother, see, an average Nigerian man on the streets that is coming here to condemn Buhari, condemn Atiku, condemn Tinubu, has not seen the opportunity for him or her to embezzle. If he or her if he or she gets the opportunity, he will embezzle more, worse than them. Every Nigeria, including myself, in this country.
Are you indicting yourself? So that means our youth are far worse than the old people. Is that what you are saying?
I am not saying
When it
youth.
comes to
I am not.
politics.
When I say that, we have only minute people. Minute people
They have integrity.
that have integrity. Let's say only 2% in this country.
Population of Nigeria.
Of the population of Nigeria, yes. I stand to be corrected. I stand to be corrected. See, it is part of the world. Poverty has done so many damage in this country that people think that without them looting or stealing, they cannot attain a better life. That is what poverty have what cost in this part of the world. That is why you see even our leaders who has more still want to loot. Our leaders who has what acquired wealth to themselves still what go to public office and still loot. It is because our people see corruption as norms in this society because there is no law. Imagine all Jews or Kalu that embezzle that much. They embezzle about 5.7 billion naira. The money meant for Abia State when he was governor. Now he was sentenced. Abia governor of all this Kalu was sentenced to court now. Now a Supreme Court gave verdict and said the governor that sentenced him as Saden has been promoted to the appeal court. For that judge does not have the jurisdiction for him to have sentenced all Jews of Kalu. Now they need to start the trial afresh now. All Jews of Kalu is now in the Senate. Is that not a country that condone corruption? To me, it does not matter if you promoted the judge to the higher level. A judge has given verdict. Let the verdict stand. Rather, you said because of that, the judge has been promoted from federal court to the appeal court. That means that verdict has been what nullified. Now, that same judge gave all Jews 12 years imprisonment. The same verdict was what annulled, but now all Jews is now in the Senate making laws for you and I. So what? See, the society, the people will look up to the leaders. That what kind of leaders do we have in government? We are sending a very bad signal to the young generation. You all know that, because if Abakari, who is a super cop, is being indicted, Sanusi Lamido, Sanusi's son, who is also a police officer, the future IG of Nigeria would be corrupt.
Okay. We won't accept another old sick president. Northern youths are saying we won't accept another old and sick president from the Northern youths.
What did I tell you? I know it is time for Tinubu to become president. They will always come out with their tricks. They know Tinubu is the next in line. But
Northern youths.
Yes. No. Tinubu is next in line for the what APC. So majority of them would not want him to be there. The youth, because this same man work hard to bring Buhari on board, and now according to calculation, Buhari has promised to relinquish power to him, and now these same people have now come up with their own tactics. They know Tinubu is sick. That was why they said they will not accept.
Okay, they are
indirectly speaking to Tinubu, or to Tinubu.
How do you know that they are indirectly speaking to?
Who is sick again in Nigeria apart from Buhari and Tinubu?
Are you saying who is sick in Nigeria?
Atiku is there already.
That is, are you saying among the
political class?
Okay.
That are likely the political class. That are likely to contest.
Who is sick in Nigeria? You can see people.
Sorry, what's that word? Between the political class, it is just Tinubu, and then for them to have done that, it is another tactics of them denying Tinubu the tickets, and to me, it is a welcome development. because this same man package body for us. And now in the next, if there will be election, no, we cannot. Yes, 2023, we cannot afford another Buhari again. 2023, going and coming.
What about a young president?
A young person is welcome, but one, you know, Nigerian politics, three things are very involved: money, structure, and influence. That is Nigerian politics for you. See, for you to win president, my brother, we can just come to the newspapers front and start saying it is easy. My brother, it is not easy. You must be rooted. Your party must be rooted among the 704 local governments in Nigeria. You must have structure. Why do you think this so-called APC and PDP win? Because these people are very rooted. The Agberos, they are APC members. All the theologians, they are APC members. Go to every nooks and crannies, you find them there. And now, if truly they wanted to be a third force, it's just election just less than a year now, and there's no third force. You can see why the youth cannot take over the reign of governance. Because if immediately after EndSARS, the youth should have moved to form a coalition that will bring in third force. But now, as I'm speaking to you now, there is no third force. And we want to rule. Is it possible? We don't drop from heaven. And Nigeria constitution does not accept independent candidates. I mean, there's even in the independent candidates, these people can come out on their own and contest. But these wicked people will not accept that. Because they know it will be a dent for them. So it's why we find ourselves.
Any final thoughts, Mr. David?
Mr. Chuku, we find ourselves in a very bad situation. My prayer is God should come and rescue us as part of the world. Because we cannot afford to continue in this trend. Things are not going well. As of yesterday, the cooking gas is just 500 naira. Now gas has gone up. Abi, you know, use gas for house. Na charcoal they use. People have now results now. People want to start going back to the old way, charcoal
or firewood.
You see where I find ourselves? And the Baba go slow. And the Baba go slow is in London, enjoying public funds, enjoying public wealth. Enjoying public fund and enjoying public wealth, and the hardship is even more in the north.
Another old sick president.
See, my brother, it is until when everybody stand up. This fight, it is not about Sunday Igboho. This fight, it is not about Martin Amnikalo alone. It is a collective fight. It is a collective fight. Everybody needs to stand up and fight. It is not for Sunday Igboho alone. Sunday Igboho has the money. Sunday Igboho has the influence. Martin Amnikalo has the money, has the wealth. Fine, he is fighting for us. But through the masses, let us fight, stand up and fight for ourselves.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David. Mr. Okoko, good morning. Let your prayer be.
Hello, viewers. Good morning, my viewers. But before I move ahead, as usual.
Short prayer.
Okay. Lord God Almighty, I thank thee, I praise thee, I worship your name for making it to be possible for us to be alive and see this day. For being possible for provide Philip TV for us to hear our voice. I thank thee for our viewers who are outside Nigeria and who are within Nigeria. You make all of us to be alive. May your name be glorified in Jesus' name. Amen. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra. Live by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live ESN. Long live Sunday Igboho. Long live Odua Republic. Long live Amateku. in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Long live Nigeria. Long live good loving people all over the world. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Not suffering in silence under Buhari. Not suffering in silence under Buhari. What's your take?
My tape is not suffering.
In Niger State, Boko Haram or the bandits have taken over villages. You can see the killings and kidnapping in Kaduna State.
They are not suffering. They are enjoying because they ask for it and God give it for them.
They ask for it.
Are they not the one who pursue Jonathan?
How are they the ones that pursue?
Is it not
Southwest,
excuse me.
Southwest also contributed.
Excuse me, I'm coming. Is it not when Buhari were saying if he did not win 2015 election, bamboo and monkey will swim in the blood of human being?
That is Buhari saying.
Wait. As he said that thing, why did not warn him that word is a hate speech? Why can't they warn them that to withdraw that word is a hate speech? Rather they use it to threaten us. Is it not the same knot that carry arms, load arms, put on each edge of every street in the north to attack the Easterners, to attack Igbos, to attack Biafra if Jonathan win the election? Are they not the one organized to attack us? Peradventure, if Buhari failed to enter, now why are they complaining? When Boko Haram was killing during the time of Jonathan, are they not the one hailing them? Why are they complaining? They should not complain. They should not complain at all. They are not suffering. How are they suffering? During the time of pandemic of coronavirus, all the whole money they send, I think we watch it on net. All the whole money they send, do they give the shared individual? Do they give any certain man? Is it not the North? We are collecting money. I think that woman, I forget his name, her name, Minister of Adija. Is it not the one who table money on the table, showing us how they were distributing money to Nigerians? Who are the Nigerians? Is it not only North? Why are they complaining? Are they not the one who have free movement in Nigeria more than any other tribe or region? Why are they complaining? Can they tell me all the whole key posts in Nigeria, is it not held by the North? Military, under military, army, air force, navy, custom, immigration, civil defense, paramilitary, everything government apparatus. Is it not that are heading it? Why are they suffering? What made them to suffering? They retrieve license import from the south, from Easterners, and give to Northerners. Why are they complaining? Tell me any company in the Nigeria now is functioning except Northern company, Dangote and Co. How many Southern companies now are functioning?
If you go to first start, you see companies.
Which company? No company or no known company? Eh? Why are not the company? They are hypocrites.
Okay. Agitation for Yoruba Nation loses steam. That is dying down. Agitation for Yoruba Nation is dying down. What is your take on that? What do you think is the problem?
You see one thing. In every tribe, they have the system of pursuing their cause. You understand? This is the system Nigeria want to use on IPOB and agitation of Biafra. As they hold Nnamdi Kanu, even if you watch it, it affects IPOB small, but they are picking up because the Easterners have more. I'm not trying to be proud. The Easterners have more lion hearts than the West, the Yorubas. Yorubas have a system of pursuing their own thing. You understand? Why it looked like Oduwa agitation is going down? Because they have not apprehend, because of the lapses or gap between Sunday Bohu and them. And if you watch, some people who haven't get very strong supporters like Nnamdi Kanu got. And everything depends on the Yoruba youth. If you watch the elderly people in Yoruba, not only in Yoruba, in every tribe, the elderly people always like to mellow things down. But it was the youth, whether good thing or bad thing, it is the youth that give fire on that thing. The Yoruba youth are not orderly, organized, or strong to pursue this cause by themselves. And if you watch Yoruba youth, they are not serious in anything that will consume blood or will take their life. But they are serious in yoppy life. Like they stand on the road now, Owomida, 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 Owomida. They are good in that.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion or my observation. But I'm still saying, Yoruba have a surprise. They always have a surprise. When they will split up, it will surprise you. I have analyzed some of their characters' weak points. Now, let me tell you their strong points. Yoruba will do as if they are weak. But when they will come up, it will surprise you. Yoruba always show whom they are at the 0 hour when you cannot do them anything again. They always show themselves exactly whom you are at the 0 hour that you cannot be able to handle them again. Look at June 12th. You know, there was a time when June 12th, we are looking somehow. Even when Abiola was in prison, June 12th was somehow. But when they pick up, and if you want that to picking up, it was from the youth. When the youth pick up and start demonstration, in OPC come out. Gani Adam come out. He was a youth. Frederick Fashomi was an elderly person. He want to take it gently, but the youth rise up and say no. When they carry gun, carry cutlass, start burning tire, you see that the atmosphere change in the West. Although Abiola died, but yes, the West still have their mandate. It is hand up of the youth because they come out. If the youth in Yoruba come out openly now, forcefully now, you will see the difference in the agitation. It's all dying down, but they know how they play their own game.
Okay, IBB has come out to say that corruption under Buhari is more than corruption that was under his own government.
IBB, please, is an elderly statesman. I'm not in the same year with him. He may be okay. If not a grandfather to me, he is a father to me by age. But I will like him to close his mouth, not to speak again concerning corruption in Nigeria. Please, with respect, IBB, I beg, stay silent. I shall be staying silent. Don't come and talk of corruption again, or Nigerian government is not good again. Because if you continue to talk, you are trying to open canker worm against yourself. Understand me? IBB is trying to open a can of worms against himself. He's trying to shoot himself on the leg. He should leave Nigeria alone. We know the people who sowed the seed of what happened in Nigeria. That's the only way I'm going on that BB issue.
Okay, let's go. Lastly, we won't accept another old and sick president. That is from Northern Youth.
We won't accept another old
sick president from Northern Youth.
Who is that old sick president now? They will not like to accept. Northern Youth, who are the old sick president now? You don't want to accept. Have anybody come out that is old sick president? Thank God you are questioning yourself now. Northern Youth, I don't know. I don't want to use a language that is so that I'm abusing a whole tribe or a whole nation. No, but Northern Youth, if you have realized yourself now that your president was sick, you can realize it at any stage. Although, to my own understanding, Buhari was forced to them. They accept Buhari because Northern Youth, or Northern as a whole, both the Christians and Muslims, want power by all means to return back to them. That's why they want power fully to return onto them. Then they vote against a vibrant youth man from South. Thank God that Northern Youth have realized that they make a bloody error. Is it not that you that carry gun, mount here and there to fight if Buhari lose power, lose election? Is it not a youth? Not a youth. They are the one. Why are they crying? They don't want to any sick old president. Don't know that the Buhari was old. Don't know that the Buhari was sick. Don't know that the guy is doing mistake. Okay, as they realize that Buhari is old sick man, they can come now to adjust it, to march a rally to impeach him. Let them do it. Tell them that they are serious. It remains 2 years for Buhari to leave. They can force Buhari to leave Aso Rock. Not that youth can do it. Let them start it. Then other region will join them. They should not talk. They say they are talking blah 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 blah. Are they not the one who vote Buhari?
Not only them, the Southwest was also.
Southwest vote, but Northern youth contributed at least 45% of the vote of Buhari. Then the West contributed another 35%, making 70% of Buhari. While we East contributed only 30% of Jonathan, because it was Easterners, South East give Jonathan a vote. North did not give him. West did not give him. Why are they complaining? Is it not whom they choose that is ruling them? They should shut up their mouth. Start complaining. Let them wait. When we bring an old sick man, if they like, let them vote. If they like, let them vote. They know that Buhari is old sick man. Why should they rig election again for him in 2019? Where were they when Buhari rig election again in 2019? Why can't they come out and stop him if they know that he's old sick man? That is medicine after that, they are saying. Medicine after that. Because they have seen that things have gone wrong. Every one of them in the north. Every one of them in the north. We are trying to escape from their wrongdoing. Whom are they going to blame? Is it me they are going to blame? Let them take their blame to themselves. They should not stop playing that rat and mouse game. They have failed. They have failed. They have misruled Nigeria. They have misruled Nigeria. Let any of them not to do. I'm escaping. I'm escaping. If you escape, who will carry the blame? Okay. Not should carry the blame.
Final thoughts, Mr. Foden. Final thoughts. Rounding off.
My rounding off that there's no excuse for any human being who commit crime. There's no excuse for him to say, I'm not the one who commit crime. That's what North are doing. But whether they like it or not, whether you bring old man that is seeking, whether you give you to rule, or you don't give you that, there's nothing like one Nigeria anymore. The way you see things, the wound Fulani and North have caused to Nigeria now, it will take another century to heal that wound. I'm telling you honestly. So the only thing is to attend to all Israel, Biafra to Biafra, Oduduwa to Oduduwa, Nigeria to Nigeria. I am Biafra, I remain Biafra.
Okay, thank you very much.
Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live all the truth-loving people all over the world. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Foden. I have Mr. Sunday.
Long live everybody. Long live Nigeria. God go punish Nigeria. And Nigeria go long live.
Mr. Sunday 1. Voice
for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. No, you cannot embark. A tortoise cannot embark on a journey that he cannot be able to finish.
A tortoise
cannot embark on a
journey
that they cannot be able to finish.
Cannot finish.
That is life. So we show people the.
We won't accept another old sick president. Northern youths are saying.
Yes, now even though if I thought Nigeria will remain, if all these old people where they come on the way they kill themselves because they won't be president, they are wasting their energy. If I thought there is Nigeria in 2023, all these politicians, Tinubu, Atiku, all of them, when they don't reach 70, 80, waiting they come up for president, they are wasting their time. But I never have it in mind that there will be election in 2023 because of the change away character we are watching in different political parties. We now see that Buhari and Co. they want to change Nigeria to a one-party system, and which it cannot work, and that will make the Nigeria election will not hold. Because not be election that nothing is on ground to do election. What did you have? They do election in 2019. All the election are court, Supreme Court, tribunal and end the election. Now so they do election. Now this election I want to for 2023. They go do election. All the whole state do election at Supreme Court now in judge the election. The election be that. That means Nigeria have nothing to do election. So they should forget about election and divide Nigeria. So if we have our own country, we should put our own electoral system in place. Even though if we say we are depending on 1999 Constitution of election amendment, it will not work. When we have many all these terrorists at the seat of power, it will not work, my brother. Most stop deceiving ourselves. No kind of election that we will do in Nigeria that will work. Okay, look at the Lagos election, local government election they do. One person they vote 10 times. The election be that because the INEC is following them. The INEC have already collected their money. So, my brother, let them forget about election. Which one better thing they make a year?
Okay, not say they are suffering in silence under Buhari.
Not. Then if not are suffering, what about us? Where Buhari they use Nigeria military and police the key. They use Buhari, see they use herdsmen the key. Who is suffering? No food. Buhari lock our border for 6 years. Who will complain of suffering more? Buhari lock the western and southern border for 6 good years. We will not suffer them. Opposite the Buhari say Nigeria border is locked, northern border is still open. And they are complaining. Then we will go just die now. That thank God that everybody, the whole world, is now looking at what is happening in the country. For the North to complain that they are suffering in silence. Not never, even though I tell you, you give northern people 100 years to rule Nigeria, nothing good will come out. Because those ones, they have nothing reasonable to offer. That's why Jonathan, that have wisdom more than them, they fight him, they pursue him. They don't want it, they call him Jonathan Ologogolo, Jonathan Ololibluku, Yoruba self join hands together. With Hausa, they collaborate together. And now Yoruba lamenting. The Hausa people are lamenting. The Igbo, the Mumu will follow them. They are still lamenting. Everybody suffer them. The Mumu Igbo, Sassad will still follow Buhari. You don't know, say Buhari get vote for Sassad 2015. He get vote. So we see us on Mumu. Waiting follow, and now everybody complain. Oh. So, my brother, congratulations and God open everybody eye. They know what are passing through in this country. Nigeria is no more working. The system is no more working. There is hunger in the land. There is trouble. There is tension. Everything in Nigeria, insecurity, tension everywhere. Go to every corner and attention. You walk on the road, you are free. You see security force. You don't know whether they don't turn to around them because all of them are don't turn to kidnapper. In a good society, you see a security agency, you happy that there is somebody to protect you. But Nigeria, when you see security agency, you be afraid that whether this one said don't talk to kidnapper, they will just kidnap you, go kill. That is Nigeria for you. You cannot be walking on the road now. You see police are behind me with their van, your mind go rest because those one may turn against you. You will now begin to be afraid that our security system now wahala. Because you see them on the street, you'll be afraid. Instead of to be happy, say, I see security in our front. But that one means that you are in more danger at that moment. Now, country be that. That is what the other Nigerian people traveling. Buhari, I've been traveling to London for treatment. How many years? He almost, since 2015, I've been going to London for treatment, medical checkup. What, he has never left anything from the hospital there to come and put it in Asoro. Abi, now who go come put am for am? He dey wait for somebody, Abi. After they say Nigeria no good 2015, shebi the big person wey go make am good. That's why everybody, all of them collaborate together, spoil Jonathan name. Now Jonathan don become a legend in his own way because he use wisdom for all of them. And now they fall into the trap. The people wey Buhari hire from Niger Chad to fight Jonathan, Jonathan look and say, my brother, when you are spiritual, you understand that spiritual control the fiscal. So Jonathan just look at them and leave the thing for them. He said because those people, Tinubu, Buhari, Erufai, Malami, Gambari, all of them, with Bakari of that time, they planned a coup to kill Jonathan with the headsmen that are terrorizing the land today. But Jonathan, God used him. He just step aside, let the Mona dance to the tune. The music Mona won't put for 2015. Now everybody they dance to around. He dey keep for north, he dey keep for west, he dey keep for south. During Jonathan, no be only Boko Haram. Who bring Boko Haram? No be the northern people. no be Buhari and Anko bring Boko Haram. We no forget that history. When Buhari, El-Rufai, Satan or Sokoto, they have meeting. Say Jonathan is killing the youth of the north. We go forget that history. Who bring them? No be the northern people bring Boko Haram to spoil Jonathan name. And now they are complaining. Northern people are complaining. Say they are suffering under Buhari. Now me put Buhari for the Abi. The suffering never come because when the suffering go come, we know the chop cow again. When they keep their cow to their place,
asking,
everybody.
How is your health? Somebody's asking how is your
My
health?
brother, we thank God that them. No one see. God will bless you
This
for remember.
Nigeria.
This is Nigeria. Oh, now so we see, but God, we keep everything in the hand of God, my brother. So when they do everything together now, we will wait. No, not they cry for suffering. We go cry for what? Death and killing. By the northern people, they know they kill us with their headsmen. They carry cow will come our village, rape our mama, rape our papa, kill our younger one overnight. And they who be the north? Those are the same north where they threaten our certain governor. They go wake up Meeti Allah. Well, I don't know where they carry them come from. Who know Meeti Allah before? When you talk, say no verse, people go verse because I don't blame them. The certain governor said themselves to them. The certain governor, all the whole certain 17 state governor said themselves to Fulani, and now Fulani is sitting upon their head. They go talk, if Fulani go oppose it. Meeti Allah go sit down say the certain governor are jokers. What they want to do now, what they are fighting for now is political party. APC, PDP, APC, PDP, APC, PDP every night. Now so one continue. That's why they shout APC, PDP, APC, PDP. Nothing they work again for Nigeria. No road, no water, no light, no food, nothing, no security. Go to some people. See all the people walking up and down. They don't get anywhere to go. If you sit down for hard tire, you have no option to come out. That is how many of them are doing. They are walking everywhere. Just walking like that because a people without shepherd, a Nigeria without leader. Our leader now, other people go to education summit since last week, come back, go back to their country. Buhari see from there to another place, they will not know where they. Now so that they rule country. Other president don't go back to their country after they submit. Buhari where he dey, he no come back. We don't know where he dey. If because only Nigeria they give free hand to president to do rubbish. That's why Buhari is doing rubbish to the country, and our other statement cannot say anything. You go to what the thing we don't learn for the education summit. What has it done to impart that education to Nigeria? Nothing. He runs from there to another place. They want to do medical checkup. Where other government presidents have returned to their country to go and feast what they went to educate for there. But Buhari, where he dey, we don't see him. They send to London. Nobody see him for London. Which of you today? They don't see him. My brother, see all those people planning all this evil. Malami, El-Rufai, come. Thunder, we go kill now. And the first why thunder they delay sometimes. Nigeria don't become a laughing stock. Nigeria become a country that I don't know. Nobody, no nation value this country again. Not very soon. My prayer that. But not be the good one, no. All those people when they support Nigeria, they go deport all of them back. May they come stay here, may they see what they pass through. You hear me? All those when they support Nigeria, when they watch, they support the one Nigeria. God go help it, they go pursue, deport all of una. Carry una come join for this country. Then una go know what the people when they here they pass through. When they talk, una go think say, I go leave my house, come to stretch myself with pain in my body. You think say na easy something? My brother, if you there for this country, you go know say everybody waiting for the country say don't first. Even 1960, where I never grow up, I know the country not be like this. Now the people, Buhari ruled in military regime. As a youth, he come back and rule us again as elderly man. That's how the country. Which country they do that one? And not only Nigeria, we no get value. Nigeria is gone and gone for good. That's anybody where they work for Nigeria. If they work or not, they employ you in Nigeria system. You turn yourself to kidnapper. All the security agents now are kidnapper. They go kidnap overnight, kidnap in the day. They go arrest people. They're not going to build identity. Okay? DSS, in front law. Buhari himself, cancel law for Nigeria, no law. Everybody they do what they do. No law. They go put person for DSS custody for how many days, how many months, no court. Now, my brother, I'm gonna just forget about Nigeria. Maybe they think about better country. Maybe they think about Oduduwa and Biafra. That's the only country where go change the life of people. Because if we still continue with Nigeria like this, everybody will die before their time.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Sunday, you're still having these leg issues. You can see still having leg issues. But we pray that God grants him healing. I have Mr. Raphael is still on the papers. Okay, thank you for responding here on the group chat. Mr. Ikechukwu Ezenwa, Mr. Moses Abraham, Moses Celestine Pels, Taiwo Dulade, Owigo Christy. Calm down now. Calm down.
Calm down.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chuku. And good morning to you there, our viewers. Thank you for enjoying us.
Agitation for Yoruba Nation loses steam.
Loses steam? I don't believe on that. This is just media, let me say publicity rioting. That statement is untrue. The cloud of Yoruba agitation for Odua Republic thickens up every second that goes. This is just publicity war. On the front page of newspaper in Nigeria, you can see anything. Let me tell you, tomorrow they are going to attack this very column. They will expatiate on that. If care is not taken, one of Igbo's aid or one of the supporters of Odua Republic will elaborate on this kind of confusing, column. Or headline.
As we see, since the arrest of Sunday Igboho,
nobody's talking anymore. No. That's what they mean.
Only his spokesperson that is talking.
Thank you, and they're saying the right thing. So the person that is writing this, maybe from the opinion polls he conducted, that's why he writes this. He's writing from the point of view, his own opinion poll point of view. People he interviewed. Do you understand? That is.
Do you have any contrary to what they said?
Do you know me now? People are backing Igboho every nook and corners. Go to motor park, go to beer parlor, go to higher institutions of learning, everywhere. Conduct opinion poll. Let me tell you, the way you can know what's up is just conduct an opinion poll from here to the end of that Wemco, where what do you call this street? Yeah, intercept Wemco Road. Conduct an opinion poll, you will see them. Let me tell you, everywhere in Yoruba land, they are agitating for Odua Republic. Let nobody confuse you. Nobody can ever confuse me because I know what's up. I know that every Yoruba man now wants to go. I know that every Igbo man now wants to go. Look at it at home, at Southeast. They are trying to confuse us again by telling us that they are trying to resist it. People in the ass, they are going to defy other IPOB, other sit at home. Now lie. It is a lie. It is a naked lie. A lie that has grown even bigger than mine. That Southeasterners are trying to defy IPOB sit at home order. Is a naked lie. It's a pathologically constructed lie. We are preparing to sit at home. We are preparing to comply to that instruction. Because we are tired of this poor arrangement called Nigeria. Look at Malami. He looks like a garage boy. He looks like a conductor. Bus conductor. How could you make such a nincompoop AGF over us? A man who I don't know if he made his papers. Let me tell you, the better things, the better way we rectify all this or clarify if these guys are not mediocres. They just put them there to fill that gap based on appointments, ethnic sentiments. Do you understand? Let us conduct assessment exercise. An assessment exercise will show that Malami did not pass primary 5. A man that was part of the arrangement that brought Nnamdi Kanu from Nairobi airport to Nigeria is an AGF. No. Don't you see how they let Igboho's ace off the hook by some bright lawyers from southwest Nigeria? They let them off the hook because there are a bunch of lawyers, bunch of judges. It couldn't be only Chief Justice of Federation Tanko. It couldn't be only former Chief Justice of Federation Aduaka. It couldn't be only the current, oh my God, AGF of Nigeria, Abubakar Malami. In the court there, you have bench of lawyers, bench of judges. intellectual think tanks. They are there. Okay? Law is about debates. Law is about arguments. Law is about history and references. History are not written by Tanko. History books are not written by AGF. I know he might have come out with some books written by him. Let us see. Abubakar Malami, he should showcase his books. That is it. Chuno Achebe was a professor, isn't it? You see the arrow of God. You see no longer artists. You see there was a nation. You see the things fall apart. Ngozi Adichie, he was once an editor. No, that magazine on Sukao. Yes, school magazine. You see his work. Half yellow of a son. You see the God. He's one of the most influential personality on earth today. No, go and ask. Go and Google it. Go to archive. Small girl. It's because of his achievement. So if you give him any position like that, like let's say, give that girl Minister of Education in Nigeria, okay, our educational system will go high because she is rightly fitted into that position. You cannot give AGF to a man who has not written any book on law, legal practitioner, ordinary Otuacha magistrate court. AGF cannot preside there and dazzle. Because I know my community. AGF of this current AGF cannot preside over Otuacha High Magistrate Court. Are you listening to me? This is a man, let me tell you, okay? They let it go off the hook because they argue well. Abeokuta Magistrate Court, ordinary locally, Okelowo, AGF cannot do well there. Our current AGF. Because Yoruba had cluster of distinctively qualified lawyers that can do well there. Take this current AGF to Abeokuta Magistrate Court. Maybe where marital issues are decided. Registry. You know those courts that take care of divorce and separation, you understand, write document and give you, you're separating from your wife for 3 years. So do the AGF, current AGF cannot do well there. They are telling me that Yoruba nation's agitation is losing steam for where? Who told you? They are buying your people out to sell out. Do you think anybody will come here? Okay, nobody can see that and start romancing that. Nobody can see Ada Viper, Black Mamba, and start playing with it. Okay? Anybody that likes this arrangement called Nigeria, to stay in Nigeria here, oh my God, I don't think there is any now, as I'm talking to you. Let me tell you, it is only Igbo men, only Yoruba men that build a house everywhere. In Ugwausa, northern states, Jos, Plateau, Kaduna, Kano. Yoruba men that build a house there, Igbo man that buy land all over Kano, they have bought the whole Sokoto. When you talk about Republic of Biafra, he will look at you. Look at this one. He doesn't have money. He doesn't have anything doing. Look at them. They are wasting their time. Okay? Igbo man has bought the whole Lagos. That is why, thank you. That's why they are soft pedaling on this Biafra agitation of 10. If you see an Igbo man who has not built house in his father's land, but he has bought 10 houses in Lagos, if you talk about Biafra, he will call you a fool. You are a fool. Get away. Igbo man, they bought everywhere in Lagos. They live in the mud house way back home. Mud house. They don't buy land anymore in the east. They concentrate buying here in Lagos. Building skyscrapers everywhere. You want to doubt me? I will point here now. Their houses. So if you tell those ones, back down, step down on agitation of Biafra, he will do it like this. He will just give you money. That's why they turn what? Left ear on agitation of Biafra. But let me tell you, the youths, Igbo youths, they have taken it up. Both rich and the poor. Igbo's billionaires in diaspora outside Nigeria, they have taken it up. Both poor and rich. Forget about Igbo man that lives in Kano. He's no longer an Igbo man. He has been brainwashed. He has gone total overhauling. Their way of reasoning, because of adaptation in the northern weather, has changed. They are no longer Igbo man. Nobody is peddling on Igbo nation agitation. Nobody is peddling on Yoruba nation agitation. We are moving forward. How could we just be one when our president is nobody? He went to World Educational Summit in London. They allow him to address the public. Okay. But my question for you, Christian Chukwu, since inception of this regime, has Buhari addressed us? Say yes.
All right.
Addressed us?
Yes.
Thank you. They edited such address. Such national broadcast was Photoshop. Nigerian government are professional on 419. They are fighting against. This is the most corrupt regime ever in the history of the world. They arrange somebody they call Buhari. They carry flag. Computer was doing flag like this as if flag was running. It was a edited picture. It was a edited picture. The statement was not his. We found out because we are all in this system. Nobody can lie to us. Nobody can lie to us and deceive us. Buhari's last statement wasn't he. The one he made last year during that lockdown, on the realization of lockdown, it wasn't he. He wasn't the one speaking. The whole world knows. The whole Nigeria knows. Okay? When he went to address educational summit in London, it was called a social catastrophe. A social catastrophe, accident. Do you know what I mean? A social, that is, he has murdered grammar, phonics, you understand? Oral pronunciation, do you understand? I tell you, his voice alone, now sits. He just like say make person vomit. Okay, your president is the worst president in the world.
In the world.
Yes. Courtesy. Reverend Hassan Matikuka of Sokoto Diocese. Courtesy. Wole Shoyinka. Courtesy. Raf. Everybody, all of us, we know that Buhari is the worst president in the whole world now. A president that is deaf. A president that suffers from dementia. A president that is constantly in a state or in the state of oblivion. He talks now, he forgets.
Okay. The final thought.
Final thoughts. Final statements. People that are backing down agitation of Igbo nation are the same people that are sabotaging Nnamdi Kanu. They are the murderers of Ikonso. They are the killers of the Igbo nation. Okay? They are the ones that are defying sit-at-home order in the southeast, presumably. Not that they have done it. Are you listening to me? So what happened now is every Monday in the southeast we observe sit at home. Because of what? We discovered that our son, uncle, brother was kidnapped, abducted at Nairobi airport, brought to Nigeria here. The Igbo nations, elders, Igbo young men, Igbo policemen, Igbo what? What do you call them? Politicians. Those ones that were employed in various public offices, they are looking like mugu.
Okay.
Because they don't want to say the truth. And let me tell you, the reason why we should be sitting at home is that after British consular assistance or roles, if Nnamdi Kanu fails to come out, a change is this message.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. No time. No time. My brother, see me end. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hello, my viewers. I'm back again to correct some certain impressions. I read on the comments. People were asking me why should I say that the Yoruba use are agros. I did not mean that all the whole Yoruba are agros. Even in Igbo land, we have people that are that. We call them Ocho passengers. I don't mean to insult the Yoruba youth, but I mean that this is one of the things that made them to look like if Yoruba agitation is going down. Because those people, those youth that are supposed to come out, most of them are in this field. Go to Igbo land, go to Onisha, go to Aba, go to Obode. You will see we call them Ocho passengers. I don't mean to insult you people. The Yorubas in the abroad, are they doing the same business? No. But I mean a section of people, not the whole Yoruba youth.
Okay.
Likewise in Igbo land. Yes, the Biafra too. There's some Igbo people in this Lagos that still Agboro.
Okay, thank you.
Please, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to insult anybody. Are you understand? Please, take it easy.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of Bystander and Instance. Thank you for being with us till Monday as we come with another edition of the program. Thank you, Mr. Taiwo, the man behind the camera, and also I'm Christian Chukwu. Bye for now till Monday.